Hi guys, it's Stock Curry, and the European economy got absolutely destroyed over the weekend. In today's video, we're going to talk about how this is going to affect the US stock market and what you can do to profit off of it. So let's get into it! Russia dealt a blow against Europe by cutting off natural gas via the Nord Stream pipeline. There is now no natural gas flowing into Europe from Russia. Europe will be dealing with a severe natural gas shortage this winter, and that means skyrocketing prices, rolling blackouts, and no heat during the coldest months of winter. This is sure to make the inflation problems in Europe even worse. The European markets closed lower on Monday, with the German markets down over 2%. Now, it may seem like the cutoff of natural gas flowing into Europe is only a European problem, but you have to understand that commodity prices, that is, the price of natural gas, oil, and many other raw materials that we buy, actually is a global economy. So when Europe gets cut off, that raises the price of natural gas and other heating supplies like oil to all-time highs across the entire world, which means natural gas and oil prices here in the United States will rise. And when commodity prices rise, that pushes the stock market down. And if it wasn't enough for Russia to cut off natural gas to Europe, OPEC announced that they were cutting oil production. This move is sure to send oil prices higher. And the United States is not helping anything as federal oil leases slow to a trickle as President Biden prioritizes climate change over increasing energy production. While oil prices initially dropped below $100 a barrel last week, they are on the rise once again, having risen over 2% on Monday. Now, in the short term, things in the United States are going to get better before they reverse and start getting bad again. In fact, gasoline prices are expected to continue to decline, and some states could see gas below $3 a gallon. Sorry, California, not you. Now, we also have to talk about the Federal Reserve and how they are responding to the U.S. economy, because there are some interesting things happening with Treasuries and the U.S. dollar that are good for consumers but bad for stocks. Let me explain. As the Federal Reserve continues to raise interest rates, this makes investing in the United States more lucrative, which means foreign companies and foreign investors want to put more money into the United States because they get higher interest rates when they do so. Now, what this does is it causes the value or the spending power of the US dollar to rise. And as the spending power of the US dollar rises, it makes foreign goods less expensive. What that means is, as a consumer, you can now buy a lot of goods. Since most of our goods come from overseas, you can now buy goods at a lower price, which is good. This does actually help lower inflation. However, this is not necessarily good for international companies, especially those companies in the United States, because as the foreign companies and the foreign goods increase in demand, it lowers demand for the U.S. goods, which in turn lowers profits of U.S. companies. In addition to that, as the dollar rises, it makes the exchange rates going from other currencies to a dollar worse, which means profitability from international U.S. companies goes down as they get hit by bad exchange rates. We've already seen this occur, and as the value of the US dollar continues to rise, the exchange rates are going to get worse and worse, which means the profitability of international US companies are going to get worse and worse as well, meaning those share prices should continue to drop. Now, obviously, we have no idea what's going to happen in the short term. Anything can happen in the short term. But over the long term, over the next few months and the next year, we should see stocks continue to fall. And just based upon the fundamentals, we should be hitting a new 52-week low sometime in the next few months. To put some data to what I just said, you can see how the US 10-year Treasury is at 3.2%. Obviously unchanged on Monday with the US markets closed. But if you look at the graph, you will see how we are re-approaching this new 52-week high. That is making investing in US dollars more lucrative, which is rising the value of the US dollar. And while helping consumers, it hurts company profitability. So that's what happened while the US stock market was closed. So how can you profit off of this if, in fact, the stock market does go down? Well, there are a couple of stocks, actually ETFs, that you can buy that will go up as the stock market goes down. Before I tell you what these stocks are, though, I want to reiterate that I am not a financial advisor, and nothing I say is a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any asset or security. Please do your own research before investing into any assets. Also, I want to warn you that these ETFs that are designed to go up as the market goes down, they are also designed to lose value over time. So you want to make sure that if you do buy into these, I don't recommend holding them longer than about 1 week, because when you hold them longer than about 1 week, you tend to lose money on them just due to the nature of how they're designed to go down in value over time. So one of the ones that you might want to consider is SQQQ, which is an inverse ETF of the NASDAQ. As the NASDAQ goes down, the SQQQ rises. And the NASDAQ is the index that is most affected by rising interest rates and higher inflation. The other one that you might want to consider is UVXY. UVXY is a volatility measure, and UVXY goes up as the overall stock market goes down. Now that you know how to make money as the stock market goes down, let's take a look at the economic news that's coming out this week. On Wednesday, the Commerce Department is reporting on U.S. exports and imports, which will give us an idea as far as how the trade deficit is doing, and this will give a little bit of insight as to what Q3 GDP might look like. And on Thursday, we get weekly jobless claims. Keep in mind that a strong labor market is bad for the stock market, because that means the Federal Reserve can raise interest rates faster without hurting the economy too bad. And now taking a look at the earnings coming out this week. Wednesday before the open, we have NEO. Then Wednesday after the close, we have GameStop. And then Thursday before the open, we have FuelCell. Finally, Thursday after the close is DocuSign. And now, for the most important news of all, we need to talk about mental health. Over the weekend, the CFO of Bed Bath & Beyond committed suicide. Bed Bath & Beyond had been going through tremendous difficulties with a company that was dealing with severe financial issues. They were doing layoffs, they were closing stores. Their stock price just fell by over 30% in 1 day. And sadly, it looks like this was too much for the CFO of Bed Bath & Beyond. I really want to stress how important it is for you to take care of your mental health. No amount of investing or finances is so difficult to overcome that it requires committing suicide. I know. Many years ago, I had a gambling addiction, and I lost everything. I was tens of thousands of dollars in debt. I was homeless on the streets because of my gambling addiction. And I overcame it. Look where I am today. financially free, helping others make money and get financially free. My past, my difficulties have become my story and my hope and encouragement for people like you. So I really want to encourage you that no matter how difficult life seems to be, no matter how impossible it appears to overcome, stay the course, stick with it. You will get through this. This too shall pass. There are better days coming. Don't give up on life. There is a future for you, a great, tremendous, incredible future. I want to encourage you that one day things are going to be great. And don't give up, no matter how hard things are. Suicide is not the answer. It's not. It only makes things worse for the people that you love and the people that love you. I know it may seem like your family could never love you in the most difficult of times and perhaps losing a lot of money in the stock market. I want to encourage you that love is still there and they can forgive you and you can get through it. It may be extremely difficult in your marriage, in your life, with your loved ones, but you will get through this. Please, I'm going to put the suicide hotline down at the bottom of this video. If you feel discouraged, like you've lost a lot of money and you just don't know what to do and you feel like there's no hope for you, I want you to call this number that's down here on the bottom of the screen. Please, we love you and you have a future, and I want to give you hope that things are and will get better. Please call the number below if you have any suicidal thoughts at all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, click the bell icon and click all so that you can get notified of my next video. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.